All right, good morning, Carbondale. How are y'all? Thank you so much for tuning in to Talk of the Town here on WDBX 91.1 Community Radio for Carbondale and the world. I am your host, Eva Fisher, and I am sitting here with Ellen Esling. You are listening to a pre-recorded episode. If you are listening live on the radio right now, we are sitting in what is to be the future home of the Leaf Food Hub. Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, you want me to talk about Leaf?
Well, yeah. Well, if you want to tell folks a little more about yourself, who you are, what you're doing, and then we'll go into everything about local food here in Carbondale.
Sure. Yeah, so I'm Ellen Esling. I manage both the Mobile Farmers Market and the Foodworks Winter Farmers Market. The mobile market operates, and we have 3 different routes currently that we go to weekly. Every Tuesday we're in Jackson County, so we make our way over to Murfreesboro at Faye's from 1 to 2, and then we head over to New Zion Missionary Baptist Church in Carbondale, and that's from 3 to 4, and that's every single Tuesday all the way through October.
Amazing.
We also go to Williamson County on Wednesday and Union County on Thursday. If you wanted more details about our weekly schedule, we have it on our website, which is www.fwsoil.org. So.
Yes. It's so exciting. I am so happy that the mobile market has made its way to Jackson County, to Carbondale.
Yeah.
Y'all have grown so rapidly, I feel like. So can you tell our listeners, I've had you on here before, and we've got to discuss the mobile market a little bit, but it's been a while, and there's lots of new things that you're doing with the mobile market, with Foodworks at large, with the Leaf Food Hub, the future, renovations, everything branching out, just so exciting. So can you give just our listeners a quick overview for those who may not know what a mobile market is? What does that do? What's that provide for the community?
Yep, so a lot of you might be familiar with the Murdale Outdoor Farmers Market, where all of our vendors show up, and every Saturday from 8 to noon, and it's a stationary market, meaning that you show up and everybody's there, and there's it's everybody comes in and brings all their goods to that place. With the mobile market, we basically aggregate the goods from the farmers. Everything on the truck is locally produced, either made or grown in Southern Illinois within 4 counties in this region. And it's a 16-foot box truck that has this beautiful door that opens up, and we have these little drawers that come out, and we have these little crates that display all of our fresh bounty, and it's a really awesome, really cool way to shop. The objective mission was twofold. It was supposed to both support farmers so that it was able to sell on behalf of farmers and allowed them more time on their farm and not actually having to go and market their goods. And then the other mission was to address food insecurity by enabling food access and bringing this fresh local produce into areas that maybe lost a grocery store or are considered by USDA standards a food desert, meaning that there's a lack of produce or groceries in that specific geographic area.
Yeah, gosh, fantastic. It's really such a thrilling and lovely thing to come upon, that food truck. I don't know, it looks like it's out of a cartoon, or in prescription drug commercials, they show little towns and streets, and so you're well, that doesn't look real, that's a prop for this. It feels like that. Yeah. What a ridiculous comparison, but it's true. It's just kind of idyllic, and then so accessible and so affordable.
Yes.
And I love to see the programming that you do with the food truck. You do lots with young students with the food truck.
Yeah. So as part of our funding, we had the immense privilege of getting to go and visit local schools in the region. So amongst them, we got to go over to Cobden Elementary School. So fun. We went to a school we visited the 2nd grade over in Murfreesboro. And we've been to other locations around Giant City last year. where we actually get to just bring the truck into the school parking lot, and the kids get to shop for a few items, and we do a little bit of ag in the classroom education, and yeah, it's awesome. It's super cool.
Yeah, I think it's so great to see that the youth in our region are being educated on local food.
Totally.
It's hard sometimes, even for adults, to conceptualize where food actually comes from. So showing them at such a young age, like, hey, this is a rutabaga, came from right here. Like, how cool.
Yeah, and we talk about, what's the difference when you go and shop at Walmart or Kroger? What's the difference when you go over and look at all of their produce versus what we're carrying on the truck, or what a farmer's market is? And it makes them really think about, supporting their neighbors and keeping their dollars in the community, because when you spend local dollars, they tend to stay local.
Yeah. So, how cool. Have you heard like any little farmer dreams budding up from these experiences? Does anyone say like, I want to be a farmer when I grow up?
A lot of kids know farmers because we're blessed with just such a rich agriculture around here. It was really cute when we visited Giant City Elementary. They actually, it was like, I think Dress Like a Farmer Day happened to coincide with our school visit. Like, it was a coincidence, but it was so cute. Everyone's wearing like plaid and overalls. And, it looked like we got a picture of a bunch of future farmers in front of our truck.
Oh, I love that. Yes, how rich, fantastic. Cool, so that's some of what's going on in your world with the farmer's truck. What else do you have going on with FoodWorks?
So actually the 1st of August, which is next Friday, we'll be launching our vendor application for our winter market. So,
okay, great.
Keep an eye out for that. If you're a local maker or grower, if you produce your own craft or baked good or anything like that, you have a small local business, keep an eye out for those vendor applications, and then you'll submit your application, and we'll start the process to get you in as a vendor for our winter indoor market, which that starts in December and it goes all the way through March. We are not affiliated with the actual outdoor Murdale market, although we have a lot of overlap of vendors.
Yeah, cool.
So that market's actually organized by a select group of farmers that are a part of that market, and FoodWorks is a nonprofit that organizes the winter market to provide an outlet for farmers to grow in the off season or sell in the off season.
Fantastic.
So that's December through March, 9 to noon, and that will be moved over to Carbondale Community High School.
Okay, cool.
That market used to be over at the high school, and then during COVID we moved over to the mall, so a lot of people are familiar with going to that space, but just keep note that it is now over at the high school again. Okay,
excellent. Very cool. It's really impressive and amazing that, like you were saying, we are rich in abundance of farmers, that we have enough people growing and selling and collaborating and organizing for so many organizations to be able to bud up and produce these events and manage these things. It's so cool.
We live in such a cool community.
We really do. My sister was just in town. She lives out in Colorado now, near Boulder. And she went to the farmer's market with her friend who lives in Memphis, and they were both just blown away by the farmer's market here. And they've got some cool farmer's market out there in Colorado, but she's like, something is different about this one. Just the sense of community was so strong, and the abundance of the food, the variety of the food, and the variety of craft wares and everything. And she just was going on and on all weekend about how special it was.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you haven't gone to the farmer's market, that is the place to be on Saturday.
Yeah, both, absolutely.
The outdoor Murdale market and the winter market.
Yes.
On the winter market note, if there's any local musicians that would like to play at market, we also have a musician application to play at the winter market.
Yes.
So I know Eva's played at the indoor market.
I love playing at the market. You often get tipped in produce from the farmers, which is the best. I'm like, I was going to come spend these dollars to get these yams anyhow. So So
Just
good.
end up with sweet potatoes in your guitar case.
Exactly. That's the dream. That sounds like a good song there. I need to jot that down. Sweet potatoes in my guitar case. Oh, I love it. So, with all this growth you've been experiencing with getting FoodWorks launched, getting the mobile market launched, now you are the manager of the indoor market. What have you kind of like learned about our community's assets as this rural kind of farming community, but bringing it to our city and to our little urban zone?
Yeah, so I think what's really heartening about this position is all of the different relationships that I myself have with different vendors in the community, but also that I get to witness amongst each other.
Yeah.
The collaboration, there's just a special type of person that decides to have a small business in a small community. And I find it really heartening to see how much support that they give each other. There's, the occasional little scat or tiff, I guess, with a spat. That's the word I was looking for. A spat with within the community. But it's like, for the most part, a lot of people recognizing that a high tide lifts all boats. And so there's a lot of collaboration, and the community that comes from that is really beautiful. That's my favorite part of the farmers market scene, and all of the local businesses, I would say, for the most part, are just genuinely wanting the best for their community.
Absolutely.
And you see that. And that's what, I guess that wasn't really, it was more just an observation, not what I've learned, but a really special observation.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I love hearing you say to these small businesses and local businesses, because these are indeed businesses. These local farmers coming and selling their goods. It takes so much to manage it, and they are running it as a small business, like any other storefront or small business you might think of. And from the city's end, we've seen a lot. The city got to collaborate on an initiative with the Small Business Development Center, the Carbondale Accelerator Program, and it was to help people with their startups, with their small businesses. We got to see you go through that, as well as some other local farmers. So I just love that recognition that we see here, like, hey, this is part of our local economy, and we need to foster these small businesses and treat them as professionals in the business world. I think that is maybe rare, or perhaps a little unique from how some communities work with their local farmers. So it's just really exciting to see that city collaboration, people really anchoring in as a business within Carbondale.
Yes, definitely. I went through that program, and that was phenomenal. Great experience for me. So I don't know if we have time in the program, but I wanted to mention that the Mobile Farmers Market will be celebrating National Farmers Market Week. Yay. The first week of August.
Fantastic.
So that would be the Monday the 4th through Friday the 8th.
Great.
You want me to rattle off all of the little things that we're going to be
Give it to me. Yes, we got plenty of time. We're about halfway through our program.
Okay,
so rattle on.
All right, so bear with me as I list some cool, really awesome things that are happening that week for us. So we generally go to 8 weekly markets, and boldly I've decided that we're going to go to 15 that week. Yeah. Including on Mondays and Fridays. So just a heads up to all you listeners, we're going to be coming down to Cairo on Monday afternoon. Awesome. On Tuesday, we'll be over at Murfreesboro, down at New Zion like normal, and then over at Turley Park from 4:30 to 5:30.
Wonderful.
Wednesday will be our normal Williamson County schedule. Will be at Heron House of Hope, and then over at the Marion VA, the Carterville Farm Fresh, and then I will be over at the Shawnee Health Block Party in Carbondale from 5 to 7 p.m. that evening. So lots of opportunities to come see us in Carbondale that week.
Wonderful.
Thursday, it's just going to be our normal market schedule over in Union County, which is Jonesboro, Alto Pass, and Cobden. And then on Friday, I'm very excited about this day. We've never gone to any of these locations before, but we'll be over at Dowell, down the road yonder, down in DeCoin, Pinckneyville, and then we'll wrap it all up for the week at a youth and rec center in Murfreesboro. It's in collaboration with Sally Logan Public Library. And so they're putting on a little event, and we're going to be there as the grand finale.
Wow.
Yeah, so very exciting.
What a week. Yes, I hope you have some time off scheduled the next week.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited. There's going to be some giveaways. We're going to be bursting at the seams with produce and all kinds of goodies. So.
Yes. Oh my gosh, how exciting. National Farmers Week. I love it. Yeah, definitely a lot to celebrate here with that.
Yeah, very cool.
I love, you mentioned giveaways, and I love that is always a component, like at the indoor market too. You have these giveaways, and you have those really clever recipes for people. Like, hey, you can go through this market, get these ingredients, and here's a lovely little recipe you can make with your locally sourced goods.
Yeah, last season, winter market, we decided, and this came from my own struggle with what do I do with this vegetable? You know, I don't know if you ever go to the farmer's market and you look at the bounty and you're like, oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful rutabaga.
Vegetable of the day, rutabaga.
I'm gonna buy it because it's so cool looking. And then you get home and you're like, well, what the heck am I cooking with this? I don't know if you have that experience. I personally have that experience. I grew up in a household where we did a lot of hamburger helper and lots of like boxed or frozen recipe type things. So I need a little bit of aid.
Yes.
And so, so we've had some lovely people on our FoodWorks staff curate lots of different recipes. At this point, we've got a crock pot cooking series for the winter market. We also have a lot of sort of recipe of the week for mobile market that features summer vegetables and summer things. So we have like we're drawing on a lot of really awesome knowledge, and it is really cool to be able to see a recipe card and say like, oh, okay, so this is tomatoes from All Seasons Farm, and then just go down the list and figure out this is my shopping list basically, and this is all. Someone already thought about this for me. I don't have to go home and think about it, which is such a load. And then with the crock pot cooking series, it's like we were doing giveaways in case someone didn't have a crock pot, they could enter to win one each week. And with that, you just throw all the ingredients in the pot and walk away from it and get home and you got yourself dinner.
Amazing. Gosh, how fruitful. I love it. I love it. Okay, Ellen, we mentioned how we are here in this building, future home of Leaf Food Hub. Can you tell us a little more about that? What's going on here?
Yeah, so Leaf Food Hub is an online farmers market. It's actually the first of its kind in the state.
Cool.
So we're little trendsetters in the local food movement here. They operate basically their storefront, which is online, opens every Friday at noon, and then it ends. You can shop online, add things into your cart, accept all forms of payment, including EBT, and then they end up just capping it on Tuesdays at 8. They themselves, it's like basically 25 different vendors. So we've got a baker, several bakers, some meat producers, farmers that are growing lots of fresh produce. My ice cream is in a part of Leaf, so you can order my ice cream.
Nice.
All kinds of makers. We've got farm to jar spices, all kinds of really awesome food made by your neighbors.
Yes.
And then they pack everything up on Thursdays and distribute it out. They've got lots of pickup locations. So the co-op in Carbondale is one of those locations. They also have one. They have several, I believe, in Marion, over in DeCoin, Cobden, all over the place. So it's basically a collaborative network of farmers, makers, and growers coming together and helping to distribute each other's goods.
So cool.
Yeah, so the idea of this space that we're in, it's not done yet, is going to be this concept called Relief, which takes the goods left over after markets, after farmers markets, and then turns those into value-added products. So the idea is to capture the food waste and make it not wasted, and then turn it into revenue for our other continuing local food projects. So,
blown away. I love it. This is incredible.
Yeah, the idea eventually would be to have frozen meals that we've made in this kitchen for sale on the mobile market truck, or a dry. We have a dehydrator, a freeze dryer. So once the kitchen is up and running, the plan is to really utilize those tools to carry our value-added products on the mobile market truck and beyond.
That's incredible. Why do I feel like I'm gonna cry?
It's inspiring.
It is.
It's a really cool
It's beautiful, and it just feels just so perfectly aligned with what Carbondale is all about. That community and finding those innovative ways and spreading that love and sharing that inspiration and creativity. Like that's honestly, there's a lot of creativity that goes into that planning and figuring out what to do with all the moving pieces. So wow, kudos to all of you. That is fantastic.
Yeah, it's I believe the brainchild of Blaine, who's the Leaf Operations Manager. So shout out to Blaine. And he wrote a grant along with Liz Durrance, who also was the person that created the mobile market truck and was right there from the ground up with Leaf. So a lot of really cool innovators paving the way for a local food community here.
Yes. Gosh, fantastic. Ellen, we have just a handful, several minutes left. So I want to make sure that we cover everything you want our listeners to know about. Is there anything we haven't touched on yet, or what might you want to elaborate on more?
I guess I would just, I know that times are tough out there, and, ultimately people are, able to afford what they have in their pocket, right? Ultimately it would be great to, pie in the sky want to buy local food whenever you can, right? I wanted to let people know there's support for when you want to go shopping at the farmers market. If you receive EBT, for example, we have this link match program. For those unfamiliar, I know the co-op also has their own program, but when you spend money with your EBT, you're able to get $1 per dollar match in link match coupons that you can then spend on local produce.
Yeah,
so what I've seen, it's incredible. It actually really does stretch the dollar.
Absolutely.
You're going to bring home amazing, wonderful tasting meat, with your EBT dollars, and then all that stuff all of the dollars that you could be spending with your EBT, you get this extension that really does literally double your benefits.
That's so incredible.
It's amazing. I want everyone to be able to take advantage of it. Pretty much FoodWorks operates Link Food Hub, which any of the farmers markets that take the link match coupons around here are funneled through FoodWorks. So it's transferable, and those coupons don't expire. So if you if you get them over at the Murdale market and you want to save them for the winter market and vice versa, they're interchangeable. Both markets accept those.
Gosh.
Those link match.
Yes. That is fantastic.
Yeah, so I know sometimes cost can be a barrier, but I often find that when I go shopping, maybe over in the produce section at bigger box stores, their prices are higher, and honestly, our farmers are very competitive with their pricing. And you're getting, I know there's all these studies about nutrients and mineralization from local produce, but I think what really speaks about local produce is the flavor. You can't beat a fresh local peach in peak season. You can't beat fresh local tomato. Really, if you are hesitant about shopping at the farmer's market, let the flavor guide you, because it is really, there's nothing like it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's just cool. It has a story to it, and you get to learn that story. You get to meet the person who grew it, hear about their farm. You know, there's often farm tours that happen, and so you can go see exactly where that's grown and take it all in.
Yes, and if this conversation got you all excited about local food, I will funnel you, I said it in the beginning of the conversation, but our website, FoodWorks website is www.fwsoil.org. It is links to all of our different programs. We actually do a lot of farm tours or like on-farm workshops through our Farming Alliance program. So if you really are keen on the local food scene in Southern Illinois, I would say go take a look, sign up for our newsletter. And all that.
Absolutely. Yes, oh, so exciting. I love it. Yeah, it's making me miss my farming days. I gotta come volunteer in some of like the community gardens and go on these, you know, hands-on tours and get my hands in that good Southern Illinois dirt.
You definitely should. I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. I'm realizing that I didn't mention the farm crawl, which is going to be the weekend of September 13th. That's a Saturday. I know it's sponsored by the co-op, but all the dollars raised from the farm crawl go to FoodWorks, the nonprofit that I've been discussing. The Washington Street Community Garden is going to be one of the stops on the farm crawl. So, but they have a full-on route to take for both Saturday and Sunday for the farm crawl. So, yeah, check that out if that's something of interest too. Lots of farm tours.
Yes, I love it. How exciting. All right, Ellen. Well, thank you so much. I gotta say, I love your local Lore Farm hat.
Yeah.
You mentioned you're gonna make your ice cream in here one day, you think?
Eventually, yeah. When the kitchen is done, I'll be moved into this kitchen making it. So.
My sister, I think you were already sold out of your ice cream by the time she got to you.
That happens occasionally.
I'll have to get her a pint for next time she's home. Well, really, thank you so much. This has been such a fun conversation, and I hope that our listeners are inspired to learn more about their local food, and come taste it, come try it. Ain't nothing like it.
Thank you so much for having me on again.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Talk of the Town. We'll chat with you next week, okay? So hope everyone has a good Monday and a wonderful week here in Carbondale. And we appreciate your time and energy, everyone. All right, thanks.